Red pill is not for married men who want to stay married. Hi, if you have no idea who I am, my name is Claudiu Manea. I'm a psychologist and a therapist, and for the past 10 years, I've been helping families grow stronger together and function better together. Now, if you have no idea what red pill is, I'll just fill you in on the major points, just so you know what I'm talking about. So, red pill is this sort of philosophy, let's say, that I believe appeared as a counterbalance to feminism. And whereas feminism says that women are better and women are better than men and they should be adored and worshipped by men, with red pill it's the other way around. So with red pill it's basically manism, if you'll pardon the word invention. So it's red pill is saying that no, actually men are better than women and men should be worshipped by women. So it's just a counter reaction to feminism. However, it has gained quite the following in recent years in all over the internet, and the ideas that the red pill movement has say that men and women have basically sexual market value assigned to them, and whereas the sexual market value of women tends to decline over time, that of men tends to increase over time. Because sexual market value for women is given mostly by physical characteristics, by hotness, let's say, and men's sexual characteristics are mostly having to do with social status and income. So that's why over time, as men develop in their careers and professionally, they tend to earn more money and therefore become more attractive to women. So it's basically a very utilitarian philosophy and a very practical but cynical way of looking at relationships between men and women. And why do I say that you shouldn't pay too much attention to red pill if you want to stay married, or even if you are not married yet, but you are wanting to get married and wanting to have a family? Well, it is because this whole view of things, feminism and red pill alike, pits men and women one against another. And you go and play all sorts of power games, and you're mostly concerned with getting the upper hand and not being dominated and not being made a fool of. But that misses the point entirely, because men and women, if a man and a woman want to get together and they want to start a relationship together and they want to build a family together, that man and that woman needs to learn to cooperate with each other. And in you having this focus on not getting trampled on not being played, on not being taken for a ride, you're pretty much missing the point of that relationship and of that marriage. The point being that you're supposed to cooperate within that family. These people talking about red pill, feminism, and all of that can be pretty persuasive at times, but take into account where they're actually coming from, because they're not actually coming from the point of view of, look, you need to do this in order to have a family and in order to have a fulfilled life. No, they are just focusing on what you can stand to lose if you don't do this. no, women are horrible. They will take away your money. They will take away your children. They will take away everything from you and they'll leave you with nothing. Which, sure, there are some instances in which that happens. But if you don't want to end up in such a situation, first of all, you need to pick your spouse much better than these guys. Because if you look at the guys that are talking about red pill, they are guys who have either never been married or have been divorced. And let's say that getting a divorce is a temporary failure in someone's life, which I can agree with, depending on the situation. But having this type of failure in your life and not being able to articulate any sort of valuable lesson that you have taken out of that divorce, aside from women are horrible and all of that, does not give you the moral high ground to preach to anyone about relationships between men and women. And likewise, you never having been married does also not give you any more high ground to teach people who are married what they should do inside of their marriages. So look at the guys talking about red pill, examine their lives and see for yourself what a mess their lives really are. And if you don't want to end up like them, you shouldn't listen to the advice that they give you, but you should instead look at what they have done and do the opposite. Because what they have done in a lot of cases is they have chosen their spouses based on very superficial criteria. You are supposed to choose your spouse, your future spouse, based on criteria much deeper than how she or he looks. You are supposed to look for certain character traits. You are supposed to really think about whether or not you can build a life and a family with that person. If you don't do that, you do not get to call women or men awful names, and you do not get to take the moral high ground into explaining to everyone what life really is about and how what everyone thinks they know is completely wrong because you have figured out the truth, just because you weren't able to make the right decision and to make the right choice. So pay very close attention whenever you come across content that has red pill ideas in it, because some of these people can be really convincing. And if you lean into that content too much, you might end up being gaslighted by these people. And you might end up sabotaging yourself and your life simply because some ideas sounded good to you in the first place. So this is my warning to you. Red pill is not for people who have a family or who want a family. Red pill is for other people who need to justify their lifestyles in some way by taking what appears to be a moral high ground. That's for who red pill really is. So that's all I had for you today. If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. Whether I'll see you on the next one or not, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this, and I hope you have a great one. Bye. Take care.